First up, the Luton lightweight Graham Earl against the big punching unbeaten Australian Michael Katsidis. Earl's been in some real wars. He usually finds a way to win them.
There's a shot, good right hand from Earl. Good shot from Earl. Met fire with fire. That's a good shot.
But Katsidis is an outstanding talent. He's won all 21 of his pro fights, most of them explosively and early. The winner of this one takes the WBO interim title. He could well be world champ proper by the summer. Well, Graham Earl, he could well have his hands full, as been saying, from the thunder from down under. Here is Graham talking to Gabriel Clark.
Graham, how big a fight is this for you tonight?
It's huge. It's the biggest fight of my life, biggest fight of my career so far, and that's it.
And how good is Katsidis? Perfect record, Australia's great hope, they say.
He's very good. I mean, I'm in for a very tough night, but as I always say, you know, when I'm in with the great opponents, I'll come out and I'll find a way.
What makes you believe? The Ramirez fight last time out was incredibly hard. What makes you believe now in yourself so much?
Well, you know, first of all, styles are different, but I just feel it's just a feeling, an aura that it's meant to be, and I've worked hard to get here, so if he's going to beat me, he'll have to work very hard.
You've got a heck of a home advantage, haven't you, as well? How many fans?
There's over 900 from Luton. They always come out to support me. Great support.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, lots of fans here at Wembley from Luton. They know that Graham Earl always gives value for money. Make no mistake, he has a very hard fight on his hands tonight. His opponent, Michael Katsidis, unbeaten. The record impeccable. Look at him dancing around there in his dressing room. 21 wins, 19 inside the distance. He's expected to come out blazing. It's Earl Katsidis when you rejoin us. Reminder on ITV1, a home match at Wembley for Audley Harrison, born just around the corner. His career on an upward curve. He still, though, has to regain the public's affection. Michael Sprott believes he's going to win anyway. That just after 11 on ITV1. We are all set for our first fight. Great atmosphere too. England-Australia, Earl Katsidis for the WBO Interim Lightweight Championship. John Rawling and Duke McKenzie, they are your big fight commentators. Stand by for a spectacular entrance from the Aussie. Here's your MC, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his entrance to the ring from Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, Michael Katsidis.
Men are haunted by the vastness of eternity. And so we ask ourselves, will our actions echo across the centuries? Will strangers hear our names long after we're gone and wonder who we were, how bravely we fought, how fiercely we loved?
And here comes Michael Katsidis, 26-year-old Australian. His father is Greek, and he comes in as Achilles. The jeers of the crowd, well, he won't mind that one jot, because I tell you what, this lad lacks absolutely nothing in confidence. Undefeated, and he says he's been knocking him out since he was 11 years old. He knew at that age that he had a God-given gift to knock men down. Well, here he is, and is this going to be the moment that he gets the spectacular win he believes is his destiny against Graham Earl? He's looked in very, very self-confident mood around London over the last few days, made the weight easily, and has exuded self-confidence. He's got a good record if you analyse it. He's beaten some decent men, and 19 of his 21 wins have come inside the distance. This guy, believe me, can bang. And now making his proud entrance, the pride of Luton, Graham, the Duke of Earl. The Luton fans making themselves heard. There's the WBO belt. This is for the interim title. The winner of this could well be the fully fledged WBO lightweight champion by the end of the year. Acelino Freitas holds that one at the moment, but he's due to fight Diego Corrales. And assuming he goes, or the winner of that goes in search of big money fights in the States, then this WBO title would revert to the winner of this fight. So effectively, this is for a world title. Graham Earl, though, at 28, this quiet, modest man from Luton who raises himself to the big occasions. He's going to have to move on a level here tonight, and that hometown support could be absolutely crucial for him. He's been a professional since 1997. Speaking to his trainer, Johnny Eames, Johnny was saying he's got himself into terrific shape for this. He's psyched up, which he wasn't for his last disappointing performance when he looked so vulnerable. But is this now, as he said in his own words a few minutes ago, going to be the performance of his life that he needs on the night that is the fight of his life? Graham Earl steps into the ring, and the 28-year-old from Luton, well, you tell me, what sort of emotions are going around in his head at the moment? Surely nerves. He's got to be absolutely spot on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren proudly presents live and exclusive on ITV4, sponsored by the news of the world, big on boxing, KrakenOpus.com, and on the internet with www.frankwarren.tv. 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the WBO Interim Lightweight Championship of the world. The WBO supervisor at ringside is Mr. Primiano Michele Schiavone. British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge, Phil Lundgren. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Nick White from Kingston upon Thames. The three scoring judges at ringside for this assignment are Larry Hazard from the USA, Manuel Oliver Palomo from Spain, and John Stewart from the USA. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action, taking part this evening in his 141st World Title Contest, Mr. Mickey Van from Leeds. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with gold. At the weigh-in yesterday he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds and 1 ounce. He has a perfect, unblemished record consisting of 21 contests, 21 wins, 19 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He's rated number 2 in the world by the WBO, presenting from Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, Michael Katsidis. Opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing his familiar green, blue and white coloured shorts. At yesterday's weigh-in he scaled 9 stone, 8.5 pounds. He also has an incredible record consisting of 26 contests, 25 wins, 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only the one solitary single defeat. Coming to the ring this evening as the former undefeated lightweight champion of Great Britain and the Commonwealth, rated number 1 in the world by the WBO, presenting from Luton, Graham, the Duke of Earl. Referee, Mr. Mickey Van with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Hi Graham, Michael, you both had your instructions in the dressing room and made our command at all times. I want no naughties with the head. Shake hands, buddy corners, good luck. Shake hands, well done.
This could be fast and furious. Sometimes Earl is a slow starter. Katsidis really goes for it from the word go, and that, I'm sure, is what Johnny Eames will be getting right into Graham Earl's head as he has final words of encouragement there before what promises to be a fascinating fight. Earl, a man who blows hot and cold. He had that almost inexplicable loss to Ricky Burns a year or two ago, but at his best, he can be a real handful. He's had some wars in his career, Katsidis has a habit of finishing people quick. Here we go, 12 3-minute rounds for the WBO interim lightweight championship of the world. Katsidis is a man who likes to come forward, and Earl said, well, that will just do fine for me because that's where I like them.
That's a good hook already by Katsidis. He started off very confidently. Earl's got to just take this guy at his face value and say to himself, okay, if he's a puncher, I've got to stay tucked up for the first round at least. I'm a slow starter, I can't meet fire with fire.
Oh, good uppercut from Katsidis. He's already shown signs of the power that he's got in his punches, and straight away they're right into each other's faces, toe for toe. So far as the bookies were concerned, good right hand there from Earl, incidentally. This virtually a pick-em fight. Good body shot from Katsidis, terrific light left hand that he buried in Earl's solar plexus.
Well, John, you know what I'm surprised about Katsidis is he's a noted puncher, John, but he's a tight puncher, what I would call a tight puncher. Beautiful short right uppercut from Katsidis. This guy means business, John.
Well, he was exuding confidence. I know I've said it before on more than one occasion, but you judge fighters a lot by that in the run-up to contests. He's been relaxed and absolutely full of it. Earl has got to be on the money here. Could be quick, you never know. Well, and they're trading real heavy bombs right from word go, Duke.
Earl's got to keep his chin tucked right into his chest, John. I mean, he's choosing to stand in front of Katsidis. Katsidis turns his hands right over as he punches, John, to get maximum power behind each shot.
On paper, it is a step up in class for Katsidis, but if you analyse his opponents, some of them have gone in with real high-quality men and have performed with some distinction. And here he is, look at those body shots that he's aiming at Earl, trying to soften up Earl from word go. This is a real tough opening round for Graham Earl, but fair play, he's in there and he's returning fire with fire. Game though, Katsidis trying to turn those hooks right into the head of Earl.
Well, he keeps winging over the right hand, John, and he just seems to be getting through with it, but Earl, you know, to his credit, he's staying tight, John, and he's trying to meet this guy wherever he wants it.
There's a lot of headshots have landed on Graham Earl, and Katsidis looking to open up, and he's put him down in the opening round. In the opening round, the left hand put him down, and Earl really looks winded by that. He's looking closely at Mickey Van's count, and he's got to his feet, but he's still on unsteady legs. Mickey Van says, walk towards me, and I'm not sure that Earl is in too good a state to continue, but he's allowed to do so. He may be one big punch away from defeat. He's down again in the opening round. In the opening round, and his Earl's got almost straight up, and I don't think that this fight can go on, can it? The bell's about to sound, and Katsidis is almost looking to sprint in. There goes the bell, and the fight continues. Well, that was what we feared could happen to Graham Earl. Katsidis landed absolute bombs. Somebody told me that it was a 25-1 shot. Katsidis winning in the opening round, same price for the second round. Well, what price this fight going on beyond that now? Just look at these shots, Duke.
John, watch what he does with the right hand. He's been trying it from the first round. He turns the knuckle right over, and he couldn't miss Earl with it. Unfortunately for Earl, he didn't have his hands in place, and his tactics are just a little bit wrong.
This guy is a real dangerous fighter, Duke.
I don't know if 60 seconds is going to be long enough for Graham Earl to recover, because this guy is going to come out and just swarm all over him.
Ain't what we said we was going to do, and you're going to go against everything we said we were going to do. Why? Box, son, box. Right?
Box, easier said than done. That's Johnny Eames' words of almost like desperation in that corner, and he still looks a little bit unsteady to me and a bit dazed and bemused as he steps up off his stool. And now Katsidis will go looking to end this one, and one big punch might be enough to do it. Straight away, he's looking to rain in big hooks, big left hand, and Earl's going to go down again, surely. Mickey Van's having a close look at this one, and he doesn't want to take too many more of these. Two more thudding right hands, and Mickey Van's looking for the moment when he has to leap in, and it could be any second now, as Earl does no more than just try to cover up, but bravely, and the fans respond as he rolls those two terrific right hooks. And look at this for sheer guts from Graham Earl.
Yeah, but John, Katsidis is world class. He's not putting everything into every punch, he's trying to pick the...
Oh, good right hand, terrific right hand, and that must be the end of it, surely. He's got up to his feet, as Graham Earl, but that's the third time he's been down. And now Mickey Van will say, walk towards me, which he does, and he looks right into his eyes. Are you okay? He probably whispers into his ear, and now the big punches resume once more as the towels come in. Johnny Eames has thrown in the towel, and Mickey Van picks it up and throws it out of the ring, and the fight continues. Cornermen cannot stop a fight in the British ring. Oh, right hand! Great right hand from Earl. What about that? And Katsidis now is all over the place. He's on rubber legs. Astonishingly, a right hand has taken Katsidis right down to his boots, and in the second round, can Graham Earl somehow turn this around? This is extraordinary.
John, what controversy! The referee threw the towel out from his corner, from his corner, and now it's Earl who's on the attack, and as Katsidis desperately hurt. I don't even think Katsidis has recovered. Look at his legs, John. They're like jelly.
We have more than a minute to go in the second round. Astonishing fight this has been. Earl looked as though he was surely staring defeat in the face. His corner thought so. And now how well has Katsidis recovered? Maybe he just momentarily took his foot off the gas, was nailed by that right-hander, and now Earl senses that in this astonishing second round he may be able to turn it around. Momentarily there, Katsidis almost looked as though he sank down again from the impact of that right hand, but now has Earl punched himself out?
Well, John, that's the thing. I think Earl might have punched himself out. It's just a question of who's got what left between two big punchers.
Oh,
this is fantastic.
Extraordinary round. Earl takes another big right hand, but he digs deep. He knows now that he can hurt Katsidis. Oh, where's your money now?
John,
closing seconds of an astonishing second round.
It's Katsidis' right hand which seems to be paying off at the moment, John.
There's one gone low there.
John,
right hand low from Katsidis. Mickey Van saw it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, don't stand and trade with him. Or if you've gone in, you've got to be there.
Here we are in the corner, and here's the moment that Earl went down, but he got up and put Katsidis down. Look at that. What a round. What a round. And they're saying don't stand and trail with Katsidis, you have got to box.
He certainly does. He's proved what he can do if he just gets just a little bit of distance on Katsidis, John. Now you know that, like all punchers, they can be hurt.
Oh, another good right hand from Earl. Katsidis takes it well this time though, and is going looking for Earl again.
You know, just when it looked like Earl was going to get blown out of the water, he's come back and he's met Katsidis with the same punch that he got nailed with. Who's got what left?
There were plenty of people who said when they saw Earl's last fight against Angel Ramirez that he looked pretty much washed up. Earl said to me this week, well, I don't think so. And apparently in sparring he's been handling the welterweight Ross Minter pretty well, and that's quality sparring for a big puncher, a man like Katsidis, who, remember, has never tasted defeat as a professional. How much did he wind up with that?
Earl's got to keep his chin tucked up, John, because when Katsidis throws these bombs, that's when he's at his most dangerous.
This is inconceivable that this can go 12 rounds.
This won't go 12 rounds, John.
Might not go 3.
Earl's just looking just a little bit arm weary, just a little bit tired. He's almost got a sorry look on his face, John, but I guess that's just the way he looks.
Well, he's doing plenty of smiling in the changing room. There's not too many smiles from Katsidis now, as Earl once again brings in a big right uppercut. What guts from Graham Earl. Really is. He's got the names of his children tattooed on his arms, Megan and Shay, and they'll be watching somewhere, mighty proud of their dad. Oh, look at them though, landing simultaneously with terrific right hands.
Both boxers are very well schooled, John, but Katsidis is just having that final say as he turns these punches right over for maximum power.
Keep working the body. Work the body.
This is a thriller of a fight. Oh! 1-2, terrific left hands, and the referee says they're low, and he's giving time out. He says they were low. Well, that's going to be interesting to see those again, because that was borderline at very least. But Mickey Van vastly experienced referee, now 63 years old, in his 141st world title fight. He's been all around the world refereeing top boxing in a long career as a star-class referee, and he said it was outside the rules.
Katsidis still looks so strong, John. He's kept his composure. Earl's trying to do a good job and be a little bit more evasive.
But just when you think Katsidis is coming on strong, then back comes Earl, somehow finding resolve. Oh, there's a left hand, but that's a stumble. No knockdown, no knockdown, says the referee.
Katsidis has just slightly changed his tactics.
No, that wasn't
low blow.
He may get a point taken away for that because he's had the warning. I wouldn't be surprised if he took one away. Well, there goes the bell.
Doing everything
well,
nice.
just as we went to the advertising break, you maybe saw a referee say he's taken a point away, and that was why. Left hand from Katsidis. It was a low blow. He'd had the warning, and so Graham Earl, presumably on the judges' scorecards, would take that one, Duke, I guess. That has to go a 10-9 round to Earl.
Well, John, I've actually given it a 10-8 because if Earl would have won the round, it would have been 10-9, but he took a point away, so I've made it a 10-8 round to Earl.
Well, all I can say with absolute certainty is that I don't know which way this fight's going to go.
Straight jab again.
Look at these big shots going in from Katsidis once more. He's so open, though, to the counter shot, to the counter punch, and Earl's capitalising that. He tries to unload with these two-fisted swinging hooks, and as he does so, Earl's able to pick him off with counters, but Katsidis is looking the stronger again here in the fourth.
What Katsidis is doing now, John, he's trying to roll under Earl's jab.
No knockdown, that's a push.
He's trying to roll under Earl's jab as he jabs and hit him with a left hook, then he throws the right hand. You think it's only a matter of time before Katsidis gets through again.
But just as you say that, back comes Earl again. He's got amazing fighting resolve, this man. He's not a flashy character, he's understated, but goodness me, when the chips are down, can't he fight?
Yeah,
big right uppercut from Katsidis in there.
Katsidis' right eye, John, is now starting to show the scars of battle.
Not surprised, good grief, look at this. Right in front of us, matter of 3 or 4 feet away from where we're commentating. They are absolutely toe-to-toe. And I tell you what, the power of some of these shots is almost frightening.
John, it's savage. These punches are savage. These guys are putting everything into... Oh, every punch!
Oh, that is extraordinary. Well, defence, slipping shots, forget it. And here comes Katsidis, gambling, trying to get Earl out of there. I can't count every shot here. There are dozens going in. But somehow Earl stays on his feet and comes back with that. All around this stadium, people are standing up and cheering.
One good shot from Earl and this one would be over. I know he's taken a hell of a lot, John, but Katsidis has nearly punched himself out now. This is tremendous.
Well, there have been some memorable nights at this wonderful old arena in North London. A listed building for its architecture. It might also be for its pugilism, and look at this.
Oh my word, John, this is incredible. It's incredible. Two-fisted attack from Katsidis. How Earl standing up to this, I don't know.
I'm coming back with that. Last few seconds. Goodness knows what these lads are earning in there, but whatever it is, it ain't enough. Astonishing fight, quite astonishing, and they've almost punched themselves to a standstill in this richly dramatic fourth round. There is a really bad cut on the left eyelid of Graham Earl, and Mickey Van said to the corner, one more is all you'll get. He said it quite clearly. I was talking to Mickey Van earlier on today about precisely that possibility. We were talking about the fight a couple of weeks ago, which was stopped a little bit prematurely when the Manchester fighter got caught with a similar cut. But this time Mickey Van said, I'm going to give it time to go on, if I can do, if there is a cut. And now he's been as good as his word, and he's giving Graham Earl 3 minutes. But if that cut opens up again and Katsidis will be trying to target it, then there can only be one conclusion.
Well, you know, a lot will depend on what Katsidis has got left now as to what that last onslaught took out of him, because he put maybe 20 or 30 punches together before he got a response from Earl. Earl did fantastically well. He's soaking these punches up. Earl's got to just throw caution to the wind and look to try and take this guy out of his stride. He's got to nail him again, John. That's the bottom line.
Now, how much has Earl got left? Look at that. Showed him the left and then powered in with the right over the top.
You've got to ask the question, is Katsidis allowing Earl to tee off on him before he starts his attack?
I don't think it would have allowed him to throw that right hand, and another good left hook from Earl. He's going to do it. You heard the ultimatum from the referee clearly on the ringside microphones. One more round.
But Earl's boxing out of his skin, John. He really is. He's trying to pick these shots. He got hurt with the jab there and another jab. But he's trying so hard to turn the tide.
I bet Andy Morris is watching this, that Manchester fighter who got stopped, and he's going to be thinking, if only I'd had an extra 3 minutes to do perhaps what Graham Earl still now can do in the remaining seconds of this round as he tries desperately to turn this one around. Left hand again looked a little bit low from Katsidis.
Katsidis is blowing, John. That last round took a hell of a lot out of him. He can only throw single shots to the body at the moment.
Oh, good right hand though from Katsidis, and it stiffened the legs of Graham Earl, who's now being backed up into the Katsidis corner, and one more big attack from the Australian might now take it. Earl's in desperate territory, but he fires back with a solid right hand as he comes off the ropes. This has been one of the most dramatic fights that I've seen for some time.
Or Earl should just grab hold of him now, John, and turn him in the corner. He shouldn't be standing there waiting to trade. Grab hold of him, turn him in the corner, get out of the corner. Look for some solace in the middle of the ring.
Well, is Mickey Van going to finish this one? Is he going to stop it on the final bell, I wonder? Or will he allow it to go? Will he allow it to go on? Because that cut has not opened up. Big right hand from Earl, but here comes Katsidis again. Well, last few seconds and the bell goes, and what a round. Well, Johnny Eames is saying to Graham Earl, you're getting hit too much, I want to pull you out. So they're going to retire him, and the fight is all over. Graham Earl is defeated. He's been retired in his own corner. Johnny Eames has done what Eddie Futz did to Joe Frazier against Muhammad Ali when he said after 14 rounds, you've had enough. And there is the embrace, and I think a wise decision from a compassionate trainer as Eames pulls Graham Earl out after what has been a quite astonishing fight. Graham Earl, I wonder where he goes from here. I think he did enough to show that his career is not over. They've talked about him as a potential man somewhere down the career of Amir Khan. May have been a clash of heads that caused that clash, that caused that cut. Let's take another look. Was this where it happened? There's a clash of heads there. Well, I'm not so sure whether that, well, there's a right hand which certainly got home on the point. Difficult to tell, Duke, whether that's a clash of heads which has caused it or not.
John, everything went in heads, elbows, punches, you know, but you can't question the corner's intervention in stopping this fight. The referee called it absolutely right. Got all credit to both boxers. They put on one of the hardest fights I've seen, John. They really have.
Michael Katsidis, as manager over there, consoling Graham Earl and telling him, I think, that he has contributed to a truly, truly memorable fight. Katsidis, the 26-year-old Australian, is a real danger man, and he is the winner. Earl, of course, is absolutely disconsolate. Katsidis, well, he doesn't look jubilant, does he, particularly? But goodness me, didn't they both have to dig deep into their fighting hearts to survive in that one? That was an astonishing fight. Graham Earl, well, he looks as though he's recovered okay from it, but he took an awful lot of shots, and he's saluting his fans now, and rightly getting a terrific round of applause from the crowd here at the Wembley Arena. It was a sensible decision of the corner to pull him out. You don't want to see fighters get badly hurt. Of course, it's next week that they're remembering Gerald McClellan against Nigel Benn. We know what can happen in the ring, and mercifully they got him out of there, and it looks as though he's okay, and Katsidis has emerged victorious. We're going to get the confirmation of the decision now from Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 5, star referee Mr. Mickey Van has accepted the retirement of Graham Earl, the winner and WBO interim lightweight champion of the world. Your appreciation, please, for our fine visitor from Queensland, Australia, Michael Katsidis.
Sometimes fights like that make
Ladies and gentlemen,
who wonder about boxing wince a little bit. For others of us, though, I think it makes us think it was a privilege to be at ringside to see a fight of such intensity, and Katsidis emerges victorious.
What a fight. We will get all the reaction to that remarkable opener for the Big Fight Live in 2007. Two very, very brave gladiators in there. Katsidis takes the spoils. Huge admiration for Graham Earl. We will give you all the post-fight reaction. And don't forget, coming up shortly, the turn of another British lightweight, Amir Khan, just 20 years of age, Britain's brightest boxing prospect. He will be stepping into the ring for the 11th time as professional. That'll be here on ITV4. Unbeaten record, but have you been in many fights like that?
Thank you. I've been in a lot of fights, and each one of them's been a fight of my life. But before I go any further, I've been thinking about what I was going to say when this time in my life come, and it's been a dream. And this moment for me is perfect. And before I left Australia back at home, things weren't so perfect, but this is now perfect for me. 3 months ago, I left the hot weather to come train hard in the cold, and one thing I noticed was change within myself. And I see the people when Ricky Hatton beat Koshizu here, you know, and now the people in England have been so great to me, and I see a lot of changes in that way too. So, you know, if I can get up off the ground and win a world title, and people see that, they can change their lives too. Everybody can change.
Okay, now listen, many congratulations. You know we all mean that, but I would like you to talk about your opponent, if you could, about Graham Earl. At one stage, the towel had come in, the corner wanted him out. You had to go a lot further to put him out of the ring, though.
And I don't care if I get carried out on a stretcher. Every time I get in the ring, I put my life on the line. And, you know, if my heart was big enough, I'd give it to the world. And, you know, I just want to say hello to everyone back home in Toowoomba, Australia. And I want to thank Damien Arrow for help getting me here, and Peter Beattie, and everyone, and my best mate here, Brendan Smith. He's guided me since I was 11 years old. And there's so many people I want to thank. I just can't go through them all right now.
Okay, listen, there's one thing. 1 or 2 Australian victories over the summer have actually stuck in our craw a little bit, but I think most people will hold up their hands to you tonight and say you deserved it here.
Great, thank you much, and it's a pleasure to be here. The people have been fabulous. Thank you very much, England, and I look forward to bigger and better fights from you.
We will hope to see you again. Well done, champ. Well done. Okay, let's move across and have a little word with Barry. Now, Barry, take a deep breath.
Wow.
How good a fight was that?
That was not only... I'd like to shake that kid's hand. Not only was that one of the best fights I've seen recently, it's one of the best fights I've seen of all time. Live at the ringside. The most brutal, most committed fight. Incredible fight. And, you know, I'm glad the referee pulled Graham Earl out. He could have got hurt. He was out on his feet in the first round. Yeah. I'm glad the corner pulled him out. The referee done a magnificent job. He ignored the towel when it was thrown in. He thought it was a world title fight. Well, it's an interim title fight, but still, it gives him a chance to hold the title if the Brazilian moves up. That's
which
the point.
He's like to be. He's like to be a genuine champion if he needs any more credentials. But first round here, Barrett, we looked at it and we thought this will be over. Earl will not survive this first round.
We always worried about that. But I'll tell you, we didn't. I mean, I certainly didn't think he would take it to him like this. I mean, he walked straight out there. I thought he would have at least measured him up first, but he just went straight out. You know, absolute bombs from the very beginning. That right hand, the right hand looked so dangerous several times. This is where he had him down again, and you know, I really thought he's not going to get through the first round at this stage.
Yeah.
Didn't you too, Jim? I thought he wasn't going to get through it.
Well, his punch resistance that we wondered about. I mean, but those were absolute bombs he was taking. He took loads and loads of them. Second round, I mean, at the corner must have felt we've had enough here. But of course, the rules are. And credit to Mickey Van, the referee here. He looked at the towel and he kicked it out as he's entitled to do.
That's right. Well, I mean, Earl was down again. He was in desperate trouble. It looked like he was going to get stopped. He was badly hurt. They chucked the towel in. And what does he do? Mickey Van, he chucks it out. He said, this is a world title fight. The kid's not over yet. And was he right or what? Look at that for a shot. And what a comeback. We thought Katsidis, he looked very badly shaken at this stage. And Earl was right back in the fight again. I mean, just amazing stuff. Such spectacular brutality. It was incredible. Was
there any stage in the fight, though, Barry, where you thought Graham Earl could win it?
Yeah. I thought at that stage he could have, if he'd have boxed sensibly and come back into it again and tried to catch Katsidis again. Katsidis was better at lateral movement. His head movement was great. He was better on the inside than Graham. And then there was this fuselage in the fourth round. He backs him to the ropes, and I've never seen anything like it. I mean, Graham Earl just took this. I mean, look at the amount of punches here, hitting him right on the money with every single one of them. And Earl fighting back as much as he can there. But this is, look at this. And okay, those are little cuffy shots, but one after the other, just non-stop. Look at the effort he put in. And Duke said, he's put so much into this, maybe he'll run out of steam, but it was just, non-stop. What a fight. One of the best fights I've ever seen. Incredible. Really, really brilliant. I can't say enough about it. Fantastic guts, fantastic courage, but Katsidis just had the last laugh. He was a better skilled fighter on the inside, stronger, cleaner punches, and Graham Earl, my God, did I take my hat off to him.
I tell you,
what courage.
Those two guys have set the standards for us, haven't they, this year? And of course,
incredible.
We will look to have a word with Graham Earl later in the programme when he has recovered. Don't forget, Amir Khan is coming up here on ITV4. The punches will keep on coming. Michael Katsidis and Luton's Graham Earl had an unbelievable fight. Graham Earl was pulled out before the start of the sixth round. He's talking now to Gabriel Clark.
Graham, Barry McGuigan has described that as one of the best fights he's ever seen. How do you reflect on that night now?
That's an honour, especially coming from Barry McGuigan. I mean, when I grew up, I used to watch Barry McGuigan when he fought at Kenilworth Road. He's a well-known man in Luton, and I've always fought the hard way, and maybe sometimes to my benefit and sometimes it isn't, but I can't back off. If someone's going to bring it, I've got to give it back, and he was a good fighter. I just fought the wrong game plan.
An incredible turnaround potentially when it looked like you'd gone, when the towel comes in and then you knock him over.
Yeah, pity didn't stay down, eh?
Johnny, I mean, what were you thinking? Because obviously a big responsibility, and you're watching your fighter tonight.
I've always said, whether it's a Southern Area title or a British title or a world title, if any of the fighters are getting hurt, they're out of there. It's as simple as that. And Graham may disagree with me at the moment, but I'm sure when he reflects on it, he'll know that I'm thinking of him and him only. Too many trainers, go for glory, but with me it's about me fighters. I like me fighters. I love me fighters.
And the towel comes in, and the referee says, "Go on."
I nearly got up and got hold of the referee by the throat, to be honest with you. But then, as you just said, 5 seconds later he turns it around with a punch, which Graham always does, which is why we've left him in there before. But tonight it was, he was taking too many big shots. Every shot was a big shot, and I don't want to see no fighter do that.
What now?
First of all, we've got to take my hat off to Katsidis. Come over here, fought the perfect fight, but I kind of fought his fight, and it's not over by a long shot. I mean, I fought at top level. Obviously, had that one loss before where things weren't done right, but he beat me tonight fair and square. But I've still got the WBC, I've still got the big titles, and I'm not going to give up on the first hurdle. You look at Muhammad Ali; they lost 4, 5, 6 fights. Just because you lose 1 or 2, it don't mean it's over. I'll come back bigger and stronger, and I will bring back a world title to Britain.
Just one thing, there's a lot of doubters out there who put this kid down and say that he's been lucky and everything else. Surely tonight shows what this kid's all about. He's got the biggest eye in boxing you've ever seen. He's the bravest man you've ever seen, and he's proved the punches he took. He's got one of the best chins you've ever seen. He wasn't knocked out; he was pulled out.
Incredible night tonight. Thank you very much, gentlemen.